earlier, and then we had commercials jump in at the same time, so she had to take a pause. Now, Adefe, real quick, can you land on what you were saying right before the ads?
Oh, okay. Yes. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship or partnership information, please call 0809-210-0008 or email communications@warifng.org. Repeating that information one more time. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship or partnership information, please call 0809-210-0008 or email communications@warifng.org.
All right, thank you, Adefe. Okay, Temitope just entered the studio now, telling me to inform my guest to please place the camera in a better position. Dr. Azim, it appears you are not really at the... I think it's okay this way. Thank you so much for holding on all this while. Lagos, once again, good afternoon, and welcome to episode of our mortality prevention series on Maternity Line. Okay. All right, as part of our commitment to safer pregnancies, safer care, and fewer preventable maternal deaths, today's conversation is one of the most critical conversations we can have. I mean, right now. And the conversation is asking you and I, what does the Safe Termination of Pregnancy Stop Guideline really mean? Because behind every statistics is a mother, a daughter, a sister, and we cannot lose sight of their humanity. Okay, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. I was going to say Instagram. On YouTube and on Facebook, simply search Nigeria Info 99.3 on both, and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If this is your first time listening to Maternity Line as well, the show podcast is up and running on our website at www.nigeriainfo.fm. Now let's just get into today's conversation. Let me introduce my guest that I have joining me right now via Zoom, and I must apologize to Dr. Azim because he's been online for some time now. Dr. Azim, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Lagos, you are hearing the voice of Dr. Azim, immediate past chairman, Nigeria Medical Association, NMA, Ogun State branch. Dr. Azim has served in senior clinical management roles, including as chief medical officer at Federal Medical Center, FMC, Abeokuta. He's been an active spokesperson for Ogun doctors on industrial action, okay, and pay disparity issues, among others. Dr. Azim has been he frequently appears on radio, TV, and on NMA Ogun State social media, so he is the right person for this conversation. Once again, Dr. Azim, thank you so much for being here, albeit virtually. May God honor you. All right, so before I go into the conversation fully, doctor, research indicates that approximately 4.6% of women of reproductive age, that's 15 to 49, undergo an abortion each year in Nigeria. Also, approximately 1 in 7 pregnancies in Nigeria end in an induced abortion, with about 4.6% of women of reproductive health undergoing abortion, as I mentioned earlier. Now, abortion itself is not a death sentence, so. But when you mention abortion in public, people tend to look at you with one corner eye that what is wrong with this one? Is this one advocating for abortion? And it appears as though there is a lot on this subject that people really need to understand, and particularly the safe termination of pregnancy guidelines. Exactly. Now, many mistake the safe termination of pregnancy guideline for a law legalizing abortion in Nigeria. Doctor, what are Nigeria's top guidelines exactly? Please tell us.
Okay, thank you for that question. Yes, you're right. A lot of people assume that these guidelines actually means that abortion has been legalized. No. The complete nomenclature for the guideline is safe termination of pregnancy guidelines for legally indicated or for legal indications. Okay? It means that as at today, there are indications or there are legal indications for abortion in Nigeria. And that we would find in our laws, where our laws specifically maintain that abortion is permitted when the life of the mother is in danger. So that is, a legal indication. And what are the things that will make the life of a mother to be in danger? There are a retinue of diseases, that when a woman is carrying a pregnancy under those conditions, then her life will be in danger. And these diseases includes some obstetric and gynecology conditions, it also includes some maternal health and valvular diseases. So I won't want to bore you with the long list. The doctors know. And then it also includes certain kidney diseases, cancers, blood disorders, and some psychiatric or mental, disorders that are, that puts the life of the woman in danger. So these are the legal indications for abortion. So under such conditions, if you allow the woman to carry the pregnancy forward, she could die from there. So one of the cardinal issues of our health reforms is to preserve maternal lives, reduce maternal mortality, because we have one of the worst, if not the worst, maternal mortality indices in the world, despite the fact that we are not a war-ravaged nation. We are even falling behind countries like Sudan, Ethiopia, that have been in, war situations for quite some time.
India.
So this safe termination of pregnancy guideline is for those legal indications, as I've stated, those situations that could lead to the death of the mother.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Azim. Thank you. Doctor, in your opening statement, you made us understand that abortion has not been fully legalized, but the normal nomenclature and all that. But medical experts like yourself rather, have emphasized that the right to access safe abortion care lies within existing legal boundaries, including provisions of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I understand you are not a lawyer, but I just needed to bring that to the fore. And that constitution, according to them, protection reinforce the duty to safeguard the health and rights of women and girls through lawful medically safe reproductive health services. That's according to research that I made. Also, I understand that there are recognized cases when abortion could be legally permitted, like you rightly mentioned, if pregnancy poses a danger to the mother's life or physical health, or in cases of rape, incest, or serious fetal abnormality, and among other cases. Now, doctor, with all of that put together, why do medical practitioners like yourself support safe termination of pregnancy guidelines. Are you seeing something Nigerians aren't paying attention to?
Okay, let me make a quick correction before I go on.
Oh, that's right.
Now, issues like rape and incest have not been included in our laws as legal indication for abortion. This is one of the areas that we are hoping that will be included, as one of the legal indications for abortion. So
Thanks for that.
those in the medical community, or why are we looking at the issue of abortion, and we are looking at that there should be a paradigm shift in what is permissible. Now, you don't understand what it is for a doctor, how much more for the family of any individual who loses a life, especially our young women of reproductive age losing their lives, because of, abortion. Now, the criminalization of abortion actually makes a lot of our young people to go underground, to go to places where they would not ordinarily want to go to, just because they need to terminate those pregnancies. And if you look at somebody who was raped or gang raped, or a case of incest where a close family member, rapes and impregnates a young woman. And we've seen so many such cases, on social media, where a father quite recently was even sleeping with his own 3 daughters.
Sadly.
There was one who said she had 3 children for her own father.
Imagine.
There are situations where uncles, other close relatives would abuse young girls, and they are not able to talk because of the stigma. Unfortunately, the girl being the victim is still the one being stigmatized. And, in order to cover the shame, they would go, underground to people who are non-professionals, places where when you get there, sometimes you want to vomit. And this is where abortions are carried out, and under conditions that are unhygienic, that are, not, they are septic conditions, using instruments or methods that put the lives of these young women in danger. And so we keep losing them. The bad side for the doctor is, let's say me, for example,
Right.
let's say I'm against this abortion, and a young woman comes into my office and gives me all the explanation, and I say, well, I'm sorry, our laws does not permit me to do this, to do that. And then she goes somewhere else to prepare this abortion. It becomes complicated. She
Right.
becomes terribly sick, is about to lose her life. When they bring her to my hospital, I'm obligated to not take care of her. Why was I not just permitted to have, taken care of her at the point where she presented, so that we won't come to this point? Because when a young woman gets, complications from abortion,
Right.
sometimes it's not a 50-50 chance. Okay? And so as she's coming in, a lot of costs go into that. Okay, apart from the emotional cost from the parents or loved ones, there's also the material
Financial,
cost, there's also the emotional cost. Okay, even for you as a physician, trying very hard to save a person where sometimes you say it's a lost cause. Even if she survives, there are some of them that their wombs are already damaged. They will not be able to give birth to children later on in life. Okay, some come down with other conditions like kidney diseases, for instance, okay, that would consume their family resources over time,
I
and
understand.
eventually they may not stay around for quite a while. So these are some of the things that we look at.
I remember.
Seeing our young women dying because they don't have access
I remember to corroborate what you just said, my guest from last week, Madam Victoria, also built on the fact that it goes beyond the emotional implication or the factor. There are also financial factor that comes along with that. So, I mean, a lot of reasons in that area while the stop guideline should be looked into rather. Now, Dr. Azim, despite the existence of national guideline, most states in Nigeria have not domesticated the safe termination of pregnancy guideline. I remember, was that not in 2022? Lagos State came up with it, and then in July it was suspended. Right, and I remember organization like Ward C has been big on making sure that that guideline is brought back. Now, doctor, how do doctors currently navigate the crossroads of healthcare and the criminal law?
Well, you see, unfortunately, it is a lot of us are afraid of the enforcers of the law. That even within the guidelines, even within the permissible limits of trying to save a woman's life, you see the way some of our law enforcement agents harass, intimidate, medical professionals in this situation, and nobody wants that trouble. So as much as possible, a lot of people would avoid it. And so this is one reason why a lot of these young women, even who have legal indications for these abortions, will go into places where they get injured, they get traumatized. Okay, so I don't have the time to be going to police station, to be going to court, to be, so I'd rather avoid that trouble. And that is what a lot of people run away from that issue and then endangering the lives of these young people. That is where the problem is. So what we're saying is that we want the medical community, the professionals, to be empowered to do this without fear of intimidation or harassment.
And that you just said takes me to me wanting to engage my listeners, because I do have a question for them in that regard, as to saying, how can Nigerian government, policymakers, healthcare professionals, legal experts, faith leaders, and civil society group work together to improve access to evidence-based life-saving care? Lagos, the numbers to call 0201 2770993, 0201 465 7190, 0809 597 5805. Lagos, why are discussions around abortion often hindered by silence, shame, and stigma? Why does unsafe abortion, one of the most preventable causes of death, continue to endanger the lives and future of vulnerable women and girls? Do not forget the WhatsApp number once again, 009 597 5805. Let me pick this call. Oh, you dropped. Please call back. Okay, the person is calling back. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. You are on radio. Oh, all right. 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190, 0201 465 7190. I have a message on WhatsApp, but I'll put this question to Doctor before I go to that question. The question is, Doctor, like I mentioned earlier, that Women Advocate Research and Documentation Center has led several advocacies for the reinstatement of the STOP guideline in Lagos State. How impactful are collaborations between medical practitioners and CSOS? How impactful are these collaborations?
Well, I know a lot of things have been done. And for example, you are seeing me here now. I'm from the medical community. Okay. There's been a reach out to a lot of us in the field, so that we as authorities in this field, professional voices, we can come up and say what the challenges are and what we hope would change. We see these things live. For a lot of people who just have talks, until you come across a case, you see how bad this could be. That's when you start understanding what this is all about. Okay?
Right.
And so, in fact, beyond even these stop guidelines, adoption by state, some like what see and in collaboration with others and singly been able to now even reduce these guidelines into pocket size so that professionals can have them handy
Okay.
anywhere they are, because it actually dictates what you need to do at every level, that is standardized.
All
That is all it's about.
right, Doc. We have a caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Prince.
Prince, welcome.
Yeah. So on this issue, this topic you are discussing about, so I have a question
Please go
because
ahead.
I've experienced something close to it.
Abortion,
with the
unsafe
money-
abortion.
Yes, concerning abortion.
Please tell us.
So, yeah, the lady got pregnant by his brother,
Incest.
but to cover the shame, because they are Christian and I think the father somehow is a deacon on the pastor said they are not allowed to do abortion, but they can nurture the girl to give her to the baby and hand over the baby to orphanage. So on this aspect, is that right or wrong? Because the lady go through a lot to keep the pregnancy. They need to lock her in to cover the shame. So is it right? Instead of doing that, is it right for them to do abortion or for the lady to go through such pain?
All right. Thank you so much. Doctor, did you get his question? Hello, doctor.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Yes, I did. And you recall that I have said that one of the things we're open will be included as part of the legal indications will be incest. What he has described is incest.
Right.
Okay. Now again, can somebody just go into the mind of that young woman as she was locked up in the house, carrying a pregnancy that, like, used the word shame? What is the mental state of this young woman as she grows older? Okay, even during the pregnancy, do you know how many times she will have considered, doing something that is that I don't want to mention to herself, So there is a lot that she would go through, and then after going through all the rigor, you now take the baby and give to somebody else. Do you think you can
To the
erase this from
orphanage.
her memory?
Yes, sir.
If sometime in life she now becomes depressed,
Right.
which then goes on to some higher levels of mental, problems and all of that, what will be the explanation for that? Okay? Unfortunately, the people that take these decisions are not the people that bear the consequence of these decisions. Okay? And that actually gives them the leverage,
Faith in them.
because they are not good. They are not the ones that are pained. They are not the ones that are feeling the pinch.
All right.
If you ask the young woman to take a decision, it's obvious that she will take a decision that she doesn't want
Want
it.
the baby. Yes.
It is her life, it is her body. Okay? It is her mental state. It is her future. That is the issue.
All right, Doc. We do have another caller and a couple of questions here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name, please?
My name is Samuel calling from Ogun State.
Samuel, please, 1 minute. If you can, less than.
Yeah, my question is this. In the case of married people who decide to terminate their wives, married men or married women, who deliberately or intentionally decide to terminate their wife's pregnancy through abortion. What is, are they legally legally, do they have the legal
backing
right
to such
do that?
action? Okay. All right. Does that? Oh, he cut off. I was going to ask if there is any
Yeah,
help.
I get it.
Okay. Please go ahead, Doc.
I get that question. You see,
Doctor, if you
I
can
get the
respond in
question.
30 seconds before we are
Yes,
about to go on.
there are some countries where this is recognized as that. Why would a couple have a pregnancy and say they don't want it? Probably because they know that they cannot cater for the child. And you know, there are couples also who may have been practicing, safe sex, some of those contraceptives, and on one of those occasions when
Doctor,
it fails,
we'll be back.
FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, SEC 0209-462-1168, 0916-772-3240. Announcer, FSRCC.
So my husband's boss, Chief Odogu, came visiting, and I made ofen salad with Mr. Chef beef, all-purpose, and crayfish cubes, plus my 2-finger crush. Odogu, who doesn't eat out, even carried takeaway. Now you do this one, oh, Mr. Chef.
Savor the taste of culture with a 2-finger crush of Mr. Chef seasoning cubes. Available in chicken, beef, and all-purpose seasoning cubes. Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Keep your engine stronger, cleaner, and more efficient with Gulf Synthetic Oil from Gulf Tech GD High to Formula G and Ultrascent GD High. Our oils deliver power, protection, and performance you can trust. Trusted nationwide, certified to the highest standards, OEM certified for a number of vehicles. Distributors needed nationwide. Join Gulf family today. Call 0802-300-6839 or visit www.gulfoillimited.com. Gulf Oil, Gulf Power, protection, performance.
The biggest food festival on the African continent is back. It's the GTCO Food and Drink Festival. Wait for it, Holiday Edition. That's right, on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st December 2025 at the GT Center, Plot 1 Water Corporation Drive, Oniru, Victoria Island, Lagos. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival returns for a special holiday edition. Think mouth-watering street food, retail stores, exclusive chef demonstrations, and master classes. And for the kids, a magical holiday wonderland. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival is for everyone. Your holiday experience starts here and attendance is free. After all, what's a holiday without good food? Don't miss the holiday edition of the GTCO Food and Drink Festival on Saturday 20th and Sunday 21st December at Plot 1 Water Corporation Drive, Oniru, Victoria Island, Lagos. The GTCO Food and Drink Festival, supporting small businesses and promoting enterprise.
All right, Lagos, we are back and we have about a minute to wrap up the show. Doctor, I have this comment here from Dukbe. Dukbe is messaging from Ikeja. She says, Zainab, good afternoon, Zainab. I like the fact that you are staying on this topic of abortion, because there is a lot Nigerians need to understand, because anywhere you mention abortion, people goes, this one is encouraging people to do abortion. Thank you so much for shedding light on this one, and big thanks to the doctor for educating the populace. Dukbe from Ikeja. That was from Dukbe Doctor. Doctor, we are out of time, and I have one or more question, but unfortunately we are unable to do this. But any last word you would love to leave our listener with this afternoon, our listeners?
Anyway, yes, let us be clear that we are not trying to promote abortion or encourage people to, get pregnant recklessly and then abort with reckless abandon. Please, as much as possible, you should encourage preventive measures,
all right,
like contraception, condoms, and all of those things. Prevent pregnancies if you know you are not ready.
All right.
Or where it fails, or where we have situations of rapes, incest, and all of those things, that is where we are picking on.
All right.
On the other side, we are saying be safe. Do prevention.
All right, doctor.
Adopt all those measures. Don't get pregnant recklessly when you're not ready.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Azim Dr. Ashim Kunle Ashimi. Azim Kunle Ashimi. Thank you so much. Lagos, it's time for the news at 1. And Bolu Atife is live in the studio. Please stick around.
Is where it all connects, all in one place.
Federal government says it is winning the war on terrorism.
Our president is there. This promise will never come to pass.
He feels somewhat insecure just by the measure of his money.
Most of us don't even know the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. If everybody die, which voice is going to speak?
Yes, and Wike is one of the major actors in the demise of the PDP.
Getting judge case in Nigerian court is not possible.
The news, conversation, information, and more. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Buluwati Jagade with the news. President Bola Tinubu has received 21 new foreign ambassadors at the State House in Abuja as they presented their letters of credence. The president said Nigeria is open to stronger partnerships in trade, energy, agriculture, and security.
Nigeria values the long-standing friendship and strategic partnership across all regions of the world. Your accreditation today reaffirmed the depth of our bilateral ties and our shared commitment to expand cooperation, partnership in areas of mutual interest.
And speaking on behalf of the envoys, Japan's ambassador Suzuki Hideo praised Nigeria's leadership role in West Africa. Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amewule, has defended his defection from the PDP to the APC, saying on Friday that deep divisions in the PDP pushed him out. He said joining the APC would help him work more closely with President Tinubu for the good of Rivers people. Amewule defected along with 15 other lawmakers. The Minister of Health, Professor Mohamed Ali Pate, has urged the European Union Parliament in Brussels to take a stronger lead in global public health. He called for a renewed partnership with Africa and said Europe's next funding for the Global Fund should reflect its economic power. Professor Pate also praised past cooperation on HIV, TB, and malaria. Public broadcasters in Ireland, the Netherlands, Spain and Slovenia have pulled out of the 2026 Eurovision Song Contest after organizers decided to allow Israel to compete. The EBU met on Thursday and tightened voting rules, but chose not to ban Israel. Eurovision expert Dean Vuletic says it could be Eurovision's biggest political boycott yet. Eurovision Song Contest director Martin Green has a different view.
what they really came together on is a belief that Eurovision Song Contest shouldn't be used as a political theatre. It must retain some sense of neutrality. Now, obviously, a few members, feel very passionately about that, and I have full respect for that.
A final list of countries will be released by Christmas. And Russia President Vladimir Putin promised uninterrupted fuel supplies in India despite US pressure and tariffs on Russian oil. Speaking with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he highlighted new cooperation agreements. Putin also warned Ukraine to withdraw from Donbass or Russia will seize the region. That's all for the news. If you have a news report you want us to cover, call us on 01465 7175. That is 01465 7175. I am Boluwatife Jagade. Down for Conversations with Ireti Bakari Yusuf is up next.
Nigeria's station for talk.
You think they accuse the management of Dangote Refinery of attempting to bring back what they call slavery into Nigerian workforce?
So what Dangote wants to do is a good move.
Okay.
Trying to free us from this slavery that this would have been us in this oil sector.
They have turned everything to their own. It is possible to collect your bread and commercialize it. They wouldn't mind to do.
There are unions in every sector. That body you call. I'm just hearing the name for the first time. This is a Mumbo Jumbo union.
But I think what no Nigerian saw coming would be this 5% petrol tax that's soon to begin.
It's in as much as I will pay that 500 naira. All the whole supporters of Tulumbu will pay that 5 naira. That's no problem.
Conversation never stops. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Nigeria Info, where the conversation begins.
Do you think, as a scientist, we need GMOs in Nigeria?
Nigeria as a government has a policy that promotes the use of advanced biotechnology in ensuring food security, environmental conservation, and health improvement.
MDMA is there from the lab, from the containment level. Before it gets to the field, MDMA would have known that this crop will contaminate, and the regulatory agency, of course, will stop that before it gets to the Nigerian market.
Sylvia Musa, I'm sure you've seen that video, you've heard what she said. Is it satisfying what the AFN said?
You know, there is so much corruption in many aspects, in many sectors. We are in a country where the worst of us will be best of us. Nigeria as a country is not ready for anything development, but Nigeria is
What do you mean? Why? What do you mean by that?
Stay with us. On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, did you know 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced physical and or sexual violence in their lifetime? And over 10,000 women and girls are affected daily by sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. Say no to rape and sexual violence by marching with the Women at Risk International Foundation, WARIF, at the 2025 WARIF No Tolerance March. Date, Saturday, 6th December 2025. Time 7 a.m. Prompt. Mustering point, Lekki Ikoyi Bridge. Location, Access Bank Parking Lot, Block 36, Plot 1, Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship or partnership information, please call 0809-210-0008. or email communications@warifng.org. Repeating that information one more time. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship or partnership information, please call 0809-210-0008 or email communications@warifng.org. All proceeds from this march will be used for the care of survivors of rape and sexual violence at the Warif Rape Crisis Center. See you there.
This is Downfall Conversation with Ireti Bakari.
This is a repeat.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.